sitting in a dark room that smells like bad cucumbers.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Inconceivable!
Now featuring 11 listeners.
This is the Unique Geek.
You slimy scumbag, get on your face and give me 25.
This is the Unique Geek.
And welcome to another edition of 50 Days of Dragon Con. The thing that comes at you like some dragon thing. And joining me as always from her lair, Lee.
Hi,
I
I'm
don't
at
know.
my lair.
I tried to theme it and I just couldn't
I
think
know
of
you
anything.
didn't, and actually neither can I. All I can think of is that I've got Bigfoot, and some people say that would go with who the guest is. It should be knocking anytime soon, but I don't. Yeah, I don't do that. So hi.
Hello.
We recorded last night, so there's not a whole lot of information to talk about. But I am showing people my what my sci-fi collection is, because you can see it in the lair. But I also have Joyce from Stranger Things.
Oh, okay. Woo. It completely.
Okay. Yeah,
went over
no,
my
this
head
doesn't
briefly
go
there.
with who our guest is, the person
Okay.
that should be driving up to your driveway anytime now. But
Mm-hmm.
no, I was actually thinking that if I ever needed to do a duck costume, I could do Joyce. She's short. I probably got those clothes in my closet
And she has a
somewhere.
big heart, just like you, Lee.
And she does. Oh, you're so
Oh.
nice, because you didn't do any prep.
And she periodically loses track of where her kid is.
Yeah, well, that too. But mine's 22.
So
not
it's
11.
excusable.
It's a little different, yeah. But also, all she carries around is like a ball of lights. And
Yeah.
you know what I got? I got lots of Christmas lights that are probably all round up in a ball. That would be easy to do as a costume. So, yay. So, hi, John.
Hello,
Anything new
Lee.
with you in the last 24 hours?
In the last 24 hours,
Yeah.
even less than 24 hours, honestly, since last time we recorded.
Oh, yeah.
No, not really.
Not
There's-
really? Okay.
I haven't looked at the Dragon Con website to see if any new guests have been announced.
Well, we will do
Um,
that. You will do that while, the first guest and I are chatting away, because that's your job.
The first guest.
Well, the
We
only
have more than one? This is all news to me.
As I said, folks, look behind the curtain. This is not what you want for showing a prep for podcasting. Just
Yeah,
FYI, don't
just-
use us as an idea.
Yeah, what I've been telling my
example.
kids, use me as a bad example. That's what I tell my kids.
The bad idea bears are who my spirit animal are. So that should tell you something from Avenue Q. But John,
Yes,
John,
Lee.
I told you yesterday I was reading, and I've been
were.
reading a lot of things, and I read usually 4 or 5 things at a time. And I know that's a lot of stuff, but I really like reading that much stuff. And one of the things I realized is that I'm reading a nonfiction book about the 14th Amendment and voting rights and all that. It's a great book. I will recommend it if somebody asks us. Oh, wait, did you check our email? And no, I checked our email. Did you happen to check our voicemail?
Sure.
That would be a no.
Oh,
All right.
I look at it all the time.
Okay,
I can't,
good to
I
know.
can't get away
Good
from
to-
that voicemail.
Yeah.
So much looking that I do.
Well, we're talking again tomorrow in about 24 hours, so it's all good. But I don't have, and I'm reading Dune, which I have a paper copy, and I'm rereading The Stand, because that's one of the things I love to read every summer, which I know sounds a little weird, but you know what I don't have, John?
What?
Don't have a lot of fantasy lit
Huh.
on my Kindle or on my bookshelves. I started looking
Weird.
for that.
Hold
I
on one
know.
second, Lee. Someone's at the door. Oh, let's see who's there.
Who's there?
Hello.
Oh, thank goodness. Hi, it's Siska, who is the director of Fantasy Lit at Dragon Con, and I bet she can give me some recommendations.
That's very convenient, Lee.
Isn't that very convenient, John? It's so awesome. how I do more prep for this than you do trying to think of a way to lead in. But whatever. Poor Siska
Hey, look,
has
I
already
got buttons
seen
and
us.
knobs to push over here.
I run a podcast myself, so I get it.
I like that you said he has
How
buttons and
would we
knobs.
be able to do that amazing thing if I wasn't able to move my mouse to the left and to the right?
I am just so happy. That's true. How could he do that? And I do absolutely love your blue screen, but you don't see mine, and you get to see a very, very pretty wall and half a chair of Siska. So that's her cave of happiness, which makes sense because you like books, and that
I
looks
do
like a
like
really
books.
comfy book chair.
But here you go. Here's my little taskmaster that looks at me and goes, "You better be getting your job done."
Oh, look,
Ooh.
it's Sailor Moon.
It's
Oh,
Sailor Uranus. She's my
Oh.
favorite 'cause she has a sword. And
Sailor.
she and Jupiter. She, Jupiter, and Mars.
Wait, hold on.
Wait,
There's a Sailor Uranus.
Yes, there is.
John, did you know that?
I did not.
There's a Sailor Scout for each planet and 3 of the asteroids. I
And
am
the
a dork.
moon, which is just a projectile, which is just a.
And the moon.
Is there one for Io? Because that's the one everybody likes to talk about.
No, not for Io.
Not yet.
Not yet. So
Anyone's being born on Io, and then it'll
I don't
show
know.
up.
Well, all the
I have
ones
no
for
idea.
in the show and in the mangas that are from the asteroids are from the 30th century.
Okay. Well,
Yes,
This is
proving
really
that
cool.
I am a huge dork.
and that's good. I'm a huge
And diverse.
and diverse in your huge dorkness, and
And your-
please,
your dorkiness is very diverse.
your dork, which that's why we got to have diversity track on this podcast too. I'm gonna get Jarvis at some point, which is not what we mean by diversity, but
In
hey,
that case, no.
I like to mention as many tracks as possible.
Yeah.
So, okay, now let's. Oh God, somebody's already said we should start a book club. It's called Dragon Con. Don't do that, Meredith. I don't know who you
Dragon
are.
Con has more literature programming than any other convention of its size.
Even Worldcon, I would bet.
Yes, actually, even more so than Worldcon. It does help that we have 85,000 crazy fans who love us to show up every year.
Well, not this year,
And
probably.
Well, maybe
and
not
we
this
have,
year, but
we have 3 pure
mostly.
literature tracks, which are all in Embassy Hall of the Hyatt in the International Tower. See, I know right where I am.
Good for you.
So-
I'm in the
and-
Sheraton.
And
Okay.
those are the Sci-Fi Lit, who I think you guys already talked with Sue,
We did.
Nancy, who runs Writer's Track, and myself. And then we have a whole bunch of mixed media that also cover literature, like urban fantasy, YA, horror, and high fantasy. They all cover both, the gamut.
Okay, so, all right. Now, I need this help again, because I know you said this in 2019, or maybe even
Mhm.
last year in 2020. The difference between fantasy lit and high fantasy track, your track and high fantasy track is.
The main difference is she does media properties as well. So she does
Okay.
things that go into TV shows and stuff like that.
And where would your Sailor Uranus go?
She would be in the Silk Road track,
Silk Road.
probably.
Oh, that's right, because of manga. There
It's
we
a
go.
manga. Yeah.
It's a manga. There we go. That
So,
makes sense, actually.
But they
I
did do a
thought about
video
that.
game, so
They did
So
a
then
video game?
Kevin
they
gets
did a
in
video game of Sailor Moon.
Have you
In that
played
case,
said
Kevin
video
gets-
game?
Okay.
Yeah, in that case, Kevin will steal it. You got to watch out for Kevin. You got to watch
Eh,
out for
that's fine.
Kevin. Yeah, we can take
That's
him.
fine. I have chemicals.
You have chemicals?
I have chemicals. Remember, my
She's-
day job is that I'm a chemist.
She's a chemist.
That's right. That is her day job. Yes,
So
that's true. And we might need to talk later because,
She-
Phil and Kevin and I got a problem.
You have a problem. She has a solution.
I do.
Oh, I see what you did there.
It was a very base
Ooh.
joke, but
Oh, 2. John, you've been helping save.
And he's been getting quite a reaction with them.
Ah!
I
well,
may
as
be
long
talking
as they
too much
don't, as long as they don't bubble over, it will be all fine. Because did I ever tell you I actually had a reaction in high school that actually exploded in my face, and I had to get under the shower and then went to the emergency room.
You had to use
Oh
it.
no!
You had to use that thing that's always been in the corner that nobody knows what it does.
Oh
I
no,
know
we
what
knew
it
what it
does.
did,
Well, I mean, of
And-
course you do.
but
I didn't in my school. They didn't bother telling us.
No. I love to post pictures online, especially the closer we get to con, and have the Dragon Overlords yell at me things like, "We're too close to con. No fires."
No fires. No fires. No, yeah, I like that. No fires in the hood. If you have
No, that's why
fire
they're
in the hood, well, that's true. But if you have a fire in the hood and it's not supposed to be, close the hood. Yeah.
Well, if you put something on enough heat with enough with carbon, something with carbon in it and enough heat in an acidic environment, it will spontaneously combust and make a fireball. It's really fun.
You know, I actually thought I was
as long
going
as your hand's not over it.
Yeah, right. I thought I was going to go into dentistry, actually, early on in my high school career. Well, not early on in my high school career, but then I took AP chemistry, and I had to use a shower, and I also caused a fire in the hood when I wasn't supposed to. So, oops, I decided that the sciences were not for me.
Well, funny enough, I hated chemistry until when I got my first degree.
Really?
It wasn't until I went back for my second degree, and I loved it.
May we ask what your first degree was?
Health science.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I am double stuffed on BS.
Now, I'm sorry.
Well, kinda, yeah.
Have you ever had to use a little eyeball wash thing? Has it ever gotten to that case where Cisco, where you've had to use a little eyeball wash?
I have used it when I was in the Army on a patient.
Oh, that would be bodily fluid that went there, right? You.
No, it just was like they got sand in their eyes. It was
Oh,
for
just sand.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay. Oh, you used it on a patient. We were talking about on you. So
No.
No, if you had ever had an emergency where you had to use it.
No.
What were we talking about? We were talking about.
We're
That's why
talking
you were
about-
high.
Who the heck cares?
we were talking about fantasy
Fantasy
Go to
Land.
DragonCon.org.
DragonCon.
Go
Have
look it
fun.
up over there.
Go ask Siska about her worst lab problem. And then if you're really nice, I will tell you about why I had to go under the shower and maybe even how I hurt my eye many, many years ago with John. But John likes to tell that story more than I do. But all right, so
Yes.
fantasy lit.
Yes.
What's she doing this year? You got lots of authors.
Yes, we have a lot of authors. We have
And
over
we hope they're all going to still be there. Some people have had to cancel. We told you how to look.
We've
for
had a
cancels.
few people who just decided that virtual was really the way for them this year. And in each of those
yeah.
cases, I've reached out to them and I'm going, hey, just make sure to circle back with me for next time because we'll make sure to get you featured where
Right.
you need to be next time.
That's exactly
Because you have to do what's right for you.
right.
And I don't know everything going on in their lives.
Nope.
So,
And
and
you know, people have to do what is best for them, and that is self-care first. I mean, that's why
Yes.
they tell you to put that oxygen mask on yourself before the child beside you.
yes, you
And I know
cannot
that
do
sounds
anything
crazy,
if you run yourself ragged.
Right.
Yeah.
Although
Unless you're a
that's-
director, which gives you magical powers.
That's what I was going with. John, yes.
I was just going to say, and the powers that be at DragonCon are obviously understand all that and are
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And they're
working
Understanding
with
of
everybody that they can.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
and
so
the track
we had,
directors are as well. We get it.
Yeah. we did some virtual panels ahead of time.
Oh wow.
And then what we're also going to do is I've worked with one of my volunteers for recording some of our panels throughout the con because being as low as we are, we don't get great bandwidth. So we're probably not going to stream anything this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we will record it. And then I have somebody who will splice and edit it and make it beautiful for consumption on YouTube
Awesome.
later after
Awesome,
the
awesome.
convention.
Yeah. I was really hoping they were gonna do something with that Wi-Fi there, so maybe you could do more at convention, but we haven't heard that. But you never know. There's an August
Who
1st
knows? Maybe,
there's an August 1st town hall. Who knows?
it would be great. I did point out that, before Wi-Fi was hard-lined cables.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
Those are things that work
Ooh,
They
all
do?
the time.
Really?
Most of the time.
I was about to say, really, John? All the time? Try again.
Unless you have scissors or something, they tend to work pretty well.
Yeah,
We
they're
like
pretty-
scissors. I like scissors. Okay, so
Fun.
all right.
Yeah,
John, you're first.
the directors this year are supposed to put out like 2 hours of virtual programming at least. Is
We
that right?
are trying to do that.
We
Yes.
were encouraged to attempt to do that, yes.
Okay.
And we managed to figure it out in my track.
And we're still trying to do it in other tracks. But we'll be all good. We'll be all good. We are.
Those not watching, she's pointing at herself.
But the good news is, two things. Number one, I'm in the Sheraton, and we're pretty good to get the Wi-Fi. And number two, I have somebody whose husband is really big in IT and has his own little personal hub thing. So yeah,
Nice.
we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. We're good.
You'll be great.
We'll be good. Don't worry, because we are gonna do some Facebook Lives while we're there, and that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yes,
That's our
we're
plan.
gonna try, but I'm not gonna guarantee anything.
Yeah, we're not. And I can't guarantee either, because the moon could be in Uranus and Saturn and Io, and
Or
Sailor
in
Moon
Sailor
can
Moon.
say no, or in Sailor Moon. So okay, you got something going on all the time, and you talked
Yes.
about directors. So what else? I mean, you talked about authors, and I want to talk more about authors. But what else are you doing?
So we're doing our brand new costume contest.
Ooh.
Thursday night at 8:30, we are going to have the Page to Stage costume contest,
Okay.
and which people may recognize the name. We have brought it
Oh,
back.
I was just gonna say, yeah, it sounds familiar.
Yeah,
It does sound.
I,
Yeah.
I'm working with somebody named a wonderful lady named Mira Rose, who's very involved with the costuming track, and she's been around Dragon Con helping with costuming for so long. And I'm like, this would be a great name. She goes, that's actually been used before, and I'm like, great
Well, that's
minds
even
think alike. Let's use it. I reached
It's a
out to
reboot. It's a reboot.
It
yeah.
is a reboot.
There you go.
So we're bringing it back, which means all of our costumes are going to be themed towards literature. If it came from a page, whether that page be in English or not, I don't care. It has to come from a page. It does not have to be It does not have to be fantasy. It could be sci-fi. It could be a manga. We actually have one woman who is already submitted, and it's a beautiful. I didn't recognize the title, so I went and looked it up. Beautiful Chinese novel.
Ooh, lovely.
Yes. So we have some amazing people coming for that. That is going to be a prejudged construction focused convention thing.
Oh,
So we're
okay.
not going to, so there's not going to be a skit, but it's going to be like a runway walk. We're going to let you go. And,
Okay. I see what you're talking about. Okay.
so I wrote down the names of our judges. So Jody Lynn Nine's agreed to judge, and she's amazing. Jody Lynn
Yes.
Nine.
Yes, Jody Lynn.
Holly
I
West.
heard Nye, and then I was like, wait, who? Oh, yeah.
Holly
Holly
West
West.
is coming, and to judge Mandy Pursley, who just won judge's pick at the San Diego Comic-Con Masquerade. Yes.
Oh,
If you
very.
haven't
Oh,
seen her
wow.
pic-
That's a biggie.
beautiful. She
Oh,
did a
what'd she
Snow
do?
White hand done. That's amazing.
Oh, wow. That is
Yes.
a lot of work. Oh, my
It
goodness.
was absolutely amazing. We have Ronald Seaman and Casey Renee cosplay, and there's another person that I'm not sure how to pronounce their name, so I'm going
Okay.
to chicken out on that one. I
But
think
that's
it's
okay.
It looks like a screen name. It looked Arachnoid 3.
Arachnoid 3.
Oh, so
And if we say
we
it
have
wrong,
some amazing
please,
judges.
please let us know, and we will fix it. Yeah.
Yes, and we have amazing judges coming, and we have a website for people. We're listed on the main page under
Mhm.
contests.
Right.
If you want to find and submit, I'm working on the details of our prize so far, but
Okay.
I do know we have Scalzi. John Scalzi is our literary guest of honor,
Yes, he is.
and he has been kind enough to agree to sign books, do a signed book from the literary guest of honor.
Okay.
And then there's going to be another prize that we're working out the details of,
Okay.
as well as for our overall best in show. We're going to give them 2 VIP tickets to our event Friday night called the Fantasy Gather.
What is that?
So the
And it's
Fantasy
on Friday
Gather,
night. Hey. Okay.
that's Friday night.
Okay.
So Thursday night, come see us do costuming,
Beautiful, beautiful costumes. I
beautiful
wanted to
costuming.
hold on a second for Friday. So it's any book. It doesn't have to be a fantasy book. It could be.
Doesn't have to be a fantasy book. It can be
Look,
any
John
book.
just pulled up the contest. Look at that.
Yay,
Look.
love you.
Yay. And
So, and I have a wonderful volunteer
Page to
who helped
Stage.
build the
There it is.
website
oh, awesome.
for it. So
Okay.
when you click on it, it goes in, and you have a very nice, wonderful Google form to fill out.
And I just want to say, if anybody does the Gunslinger from Stephen King, I want you as a cop. Please make sure I see you as Roland, because that's one of my favorite
Well,
characters in literature.
If they do it, that is one of the things we will be filming. We're actually filming both of our panels on Thursday.
Oh,
so
okay.
we're doing a history of fandom,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're doing this one, and we're going to
Mhm.
film both of them. So it will
Mhm.
be up on YouTube for everybody in the world to see.
Awesome. Oh, I
Yeah.
can't wait. That'll be great.
Yeah,
Okay, so
that's the one I'm
then
hoping. Fingers crossed, I'll be able to live stream it.
we hope so.
Fingers crossed. If not,
Yeah.
I will be recording it.
And it will go up on YouTube, and that'll be awesome.
Yes.
Because, you know, at some
Mhm.
point, you need to watch something while you're eating breakfast or lunch. And if they
You
put
know
it up
what?
on
I've been
YouTube, there you
pulling
go.
up some of our YouTube stuff from last year just to watch and make me smile when I'm not feeling so great this year.
Aw, that's so
So.
sweet. Okay,
Yes.
so but the winner gets 2 VIP passes to Friday night, which
Yes.
is
The Fantasy Gather, which is a book party basically. So we get one of the big Hanover ballrooms,
Uh-huh.
and we have a bunch of authors committed to come, and if you are a guest or an attending professional, we allow you to
Mhm.
sell some of your books
Ooh.
at the Fantasy Gather. So bring your wallet, because then you can get it signed. It's a lot less crowded than the vendor hall.
Yes.
We do
See,
this
they're
for
giving
4
you-
hours from 8
Awesome.
to midnight.
Mm-hmm.
So we have like the likes of John Hartness, who's committed to come, Bryce O'Connor, Jay Boyce, Marissa Wolf, James Hunter, Steve Saffel.
Those are lots of names. Those
yeah,
are lots of
we
really
have-
cool names too. Yes.
Yeah, I have set up a Facebook event so that people
Mhm.
can RSVP to it, and I
Oh.
did that a couple hours ago, and we already have over 40 authors committed to coming. So
Oh, nice.
40
Yeah.
authors? That's awesome.
we had over 350 people through there in 2019.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
very cool.
so it's
Very,
a
very
lot
cool.
of fun because you get
Mhm.
to sit there, you can talk, you can meet somebody, sign some books. Christopher Woods is my favorite story because he got totally embarrassed because he realized he sold his book to Larry Niven, and he goes, "I would have just given it to Larry.
I didn't mean to
I
sell it.
Didn't know Larry
Yeah.
Niven has my book. I would have given it to him."
Those are one of those. Isn't that so sweet, though? I mean, even
Oh, yeah.
authors, fan boy
Oh,
or
yeah.
fan girl or just fan, just get all like that.
Yes,
So
it is
awesome.
so much fun, and we have
Mhm.
a few surprises for that too.
Ooh.
Yes. Mark Allen Edelheit comes, and he tends to give out some books every year
Ooh.
at this, like a table
Bookies.
full of books.
John, do you know what a
Yes.
book is?
A book is the thing that you do with hotels.
This is a book. Here's an
That-
example
that
of
is
a book
a
from
book.
That
actually a Dragon Award winner.
That looks like it's made of tree.
And
Paper.
this
It's
one-
tree. Yes. And maybe some
But what
cotton.
about Groot?
It's not Groot.
It's okay.
not- and actually, if you did, it would be great if it is Groot. You know why? Because he'll grow back. It'll grow back.
Yeah.
Please don't put that on the soundboard, John.
Nope. Can't guarantee anything.
I hate that man.
I
I
guarantee
love him
nothing.
and I hate him. All right, so that is really cool about Friday night. And people, as she said, good idea to bring money. Try if you know, bring some ones along with those 20s and 5s and 10s, mostly because the authors will need them. The people who are selling
Oh.
something will need
I
them.
wasn't sure where you were going with that.
I was like, how did she know that we're trying to arrange a bar to be there?
Well, okay, also, I didn't know about the bar, but there you go. So
Yeah.
awesome. Right.
Well, I
And
mean,
tell
how do you
people-
get authors to go anywhere? You dingle the promise of booze in front of them, or fans,
There you go. Both,
or
why not both? There you go. And that is really cool too. So, and tell people where Hanover is, because I bet people don't know which hotel that is. Because I know John
Hanover
doesn't.
is in the Hyatt. So if you are in the Hyatt lobby
Yep.
and you take the escalator down or the
Okay.
stairs,
Not to
just
the international part, in the
not to the
main Hyatt
international,
lobby.
but the main lobby,
You got
and
it.
just walk down the stairs or the escalator. I like to walk down the stairs; it's much faster.
Yeah,
And
probably.
then you walk straight, and it is literally a door right in front of you that says
Mhm.
Hanover, and just walk
Hanover.
straight underneath there.
There you go.
So
Awesome.
it's great. It's super easy to find.
And 2 VIP passes, guys.
2 VIP passes
You
to
need
this.
to be
So
putting those costumes together and sending them in, because that's a lot of really, really awesome authors. And then you're also doing something Saturday night.
yes, Saturday night, we are bringing back the fantasy dating game.
Ooh.
I am nervous as
Peak
anything.
officially?
And
Well, this is
official. Yeah, this is an official panel, not just
this is an official panel.
not what goes on at the Pulse bar. Yeah,
Okay.
got it.
No. This is an official panel with authors. A lot of them come, and some we've had them dress up in the past
Okay.
as characters from their books.
Huh.
Uh-huh.
It is great because
Go on.
they are acting as their characters going on a dating game show. So it's a very
That-
worlds collide
That
and
is very, very cool.
I
What
like
if-
that
Now you-
idea.
scenario. It's hilarious. It's so much fun.
I hope
and
you really
2000
tape that too, because I would love to watch that on YouTube. I
We-
probably can't be there, but yeah.
We plan on taping it. We taped it. We did it virtually on our YouTube channel last year for Virtual Dragon,
Oh, very cool.
and it was phenomenal. It's when we did it in 2019, it was standing room only. We had people leaving. I felt a little bad. We had people leaving some of the panels around us to come see what we were doing.
because you probably were laughing so hard and yelling
Oh,
and screaming and being excited.
much
that people
fun.
Couldn't stand it. Had to come and see. Right.
And so this year we are doing it in a ballroom.
Ooh, which
So,
ball?
yeah.
Not sure yet.
International. I think it's International South.
Oh, okay. So
But
As of this
International
recording.
North and South are right next to each other. So
and that's as of today while recording.
Yes.
John, I'm somehow echoing.
I don't know what to do about that for you.
Okay. Oh, it went away. Okay. The other thing.
That's why I did something. Imagine
you did
that I
you
fixed
did
that
do
somehow.
something with the things you got to play with
Oh
the buttons and
yeah,
everything.
that's no. I did lots of magic over here. Things, technology is like no problem for me.
Magic is just technology is just magic with science. Is that what is
No,
that
well,
quote?
sufficiently advanced technology appears as magic.
There we go.
There
Thank
you
you.
Arthur C. Clarke.
Thank you. I knew I
paraphrase.
could get it out, but I forgot. The other question, guys, I forget a lot. That's the worst. I forget today. Awesome. So the other
yeah.
question, yeah. So I guess I was thinking it was like a dating game that you were setting up people to date.
No, they're playing their characters.
Okay, and
So-
when you set them up, is it like the old match game? There's like a wall and 3 others on the other side, or like the
I'm
what was
going
that
to
the dating game, or I can't
yeah,
remember.
that's you're thinking of the dating game, and I'm going to see about trying to get that, but that would involve some construction on my part. And while I'm very good at building chemicals and panels, I'm not so always good with the construction equipment.
I actually have an idea for you on that, depending on where you are in international. We'll talk after the podcast.
Okay,
It's actually very easy. This is not a bad thing.
that's what everybody tells me, but I also run out of time.
I know. That's why I'm going to talk to you right after this podcast. I know better.
Well,
Like,
it's not. It's not like Dragon Con directors have anything to do.
Right.
They just sit around and watch the panels all day. That's all they do.
Right. And we
Monitor.
don't have
I'll be
real
leaving
life
now before
jobs and
I'll be
things.
leaving now before I get killed. Bye.
Bye. Yeah,
he
yeah.
owes us both a drink,
Yes, he does.
and he's not here to argue, so he
And
agrees.
John, I like
Does someone
Pellegrino.
make me do something?
I like Pellegrino more than Perrier. Just saying. And LaCroix is okay. So, yeah, no, it tastes, and I have friends who love it, but you know what? It always tastes
LaCroix
like
has
meat.
too much of a chemical taste to me.
Yes, thank you. Because
And that's from a chemist.
I like this one.
Oh yes, that one is very good. Spindrift is very, very nice. Yes,
I bought like 5 cases when it was on sale at Costco this summer.
There you go. Woohoo! Go Costco.
And I'm like, my dad was like, are you, and I'm like, I need it. And anything that's left over, it won't survive Dragon Con.
It won't thrive Dragon Con. And look, and it doesn't have caffeine. We're just naturally this happy. Okay, so that's Saturday. That sounds really awesome. And then I think
We do have a
because you're
ballroom on
crazy on Sunday, that is 4 days in a row, lady.
Well, speaking of crazy, we have Boinking Beasties on Sunday. Because what comes after the date?
Boinking. Beasties?
Boinking Beasties. Now, I believe you did this one at least 2 years ago, right?
And is this an
I
after 10
recall
o'clock?
this.
2019?
It's
We
Yes,
did
it
it
is.
after
last.
10 p.m.?
year as well. So yes,
Just asking. Sounds like it should be an after 10 p.m. panel.
it is a 10 p.m. panel.
Okay, folks, you know what that means. Don't bring the kitties.
This
Brown
and the
chicken,
dating
brown
game are
cow.
both 10 p.m. panels.
Brown chicken, what?
I said brown chicken, brown cow.
Cows were
Got
not
it.
involved.
Those are beasties.
Many Chuck Tingle references, but no cows.
I don't want to know what tingle. I don't.
So
know.
so what is
You know what
boinking
is
be?
Chuck
What is boink?
And I don't want to know. I really
He's an
don't.
author. He's an author. He writes novels.
Sure.
It is. You can find him on Amazon.
Sure.
I mean, not
Okay,
any
I'll go
credible
look.
bookstore, but you can find him on Amazon.
Okay, well, that's And now I got to go look.
So what is boinking beasties? Yes.
John just wanted to say boinking, guys. I'm just going to let you know. And
Oh,
I just
it's a
dropped my
real-
pen. I'm listening. Go.
It is, I think we just broke the lead. So it is exactly what it sounds like. It is not all things go bump in the night. Monsters are going about not all things that go bump in the night are monsters going about nefarious deeds. So we have some great panelists for this one. It's always a blast.
You still haven't explained what this is.
That's because every year it's so different.
So, what does your panel description for the app say?
Not all things that go bump in the night are monsters going about their nefarious deeds.
Okay, see, that doesn't help me.
It's
No, it's not because nobody
not
ever seems
supposed
to
to.
read the description. So this is a panel where we do talk about as
It's called Boinking Beasties. That's all they're gonna read because you named it that. Just let
and it's
you
at
know.
10 o'clock.
And it's a 10
So-
o'clock panel.
yes,
Reading isn't necessary after that.
no, it's not.
No.
So we do cover things about particularly urban fantasy, romance subplots are very popular in
Yes, they
romance and urban fantasy, and a lot of medieval fantasy stories too. So we do talk about some of that. How do you breed your monsters? John has a link that he should probably pull up and show.
I'm not going to show it on.
He's like, no, I want to keep this
John,
PG."
you can't show
It's in
it.
the private chat. You can look at it, Lee.
Oh, okay. So I gotta go private chat though. Okay, I'm going.
Yeah. So
Woo-hoo.
we have discussed we do always talk a little bit about issues of consent and
Oh
just
my.
For those not watching, although even then, first of all, Lee's eyes are really big right now. She's turned all anime.
Lee's got the anime face.
Second of all, I sent her the link for Chuck Tingle books. So there you go. Those references she was talking about earlier. There you go.
Strangely enough, you
You can all do your own Googling. Put safe search on.
Just,
Dinosaur
all you gotta
Ro-
get- this is his page, and oh my, and he's a Hugo Award nominee,
multiple times.
and he has a. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's not a PhD. Okay, sorry. Go back to Boinking Beasties. I'm good now. John, I don't think I've laughed this hard in 2021 yet. This is awesome. Okay, wow.
We all need humor in life, right?
Most of the books are $2.99, folks. How red am I laughing?
So dinosaur erotica is a category on Amazon, and how much money those books make always makes every author who looks it up very upset for why they write.
Dinosaur.
Oh,
You and I could write it together.
Do-
The three of us in a roundabout. That. Oh no, not that way. Three. It's
the titles of
second
these books are
title.
written by like 7th graders.
They really are, because it's the second title in that link you sent me, John, that just is hurting my heart in a way that is. I'm really actually worried I'm getting the face.
Let's just say, okay, I have no butt and I must pound.
that all three of us cannot get through this part.
Well,
This is probably
Someone
my
has to talk.
favorite ever. We can't just laugh. People are gonna. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
you should go watch the YouTube from last year.
No, thank you. I don't think
It was
my heart-
all. It was filmed during the day.
But you didn't show it till 10 p.m., right?
No, I
Please
did not
God.
air it on YouTube till 10 p.m. Even though we filmed it at 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock on a Sunday, and I think one of the panelists was drunk already. The funny one is if you watch the blooper reel. So I had a college student editing my panels last year for me, and
Because
her
college
father
students need
was
to
on
work
the
too.
panel, and he goes, "You must go to confession when you're done with it."
If you have a way to send John and I that
I'm
blooper
blacking
panel,
out. I'm blacking out.
Oh yeah.
send that to us. We would love it. We
Oh.
won't share.
Oh,
No,
So if
you
you
can
can
share
send
it.
it.
The blooper reel is public.
Oh, it's on your YouTube?
It's on my YouTube.
Okay, now what so people know where to go right now. Because you should probably pause
well,
and go.
I mean, you could wait a few minutes.
Nah, you just pause this and go. What's your YouTube?
Fantasy literature at DragonCon.
Real easy, folks.
I'm
Okay.
a chemist. We go straight for the names.
That's good.
So I do like
because-
coming up with fun names for our panels. Boinking Beasties. We have IP here, IP there, IP everywhere, intellectual property by IP Freely.
I get that one. I do. And that's just you know, and people, if you're ever curious, fan fiction has been described. It is actually the intellectual property of the fan fiction author. That's been proven. And number two, it is not infringement, as long as you don't make money off of it.
Yes.
Although
There you go. You
Dinosaur
found it.
Erotica really should give some points to Jurassic Park. Okay.
Oh, they do. They do.
Okay. All right. So, whatever this is going to be, folks, it's on Sunday night at 10 o'clock, which means Masquerade is probably over or about to be over.
Yeah.
So, you could go to and where is this going to be?
International Tower. And the
International Tower.
South Ballroom. I think she
There
put us
you
all
go.
in the same ballroom.
That's always easy. And
Well, it's
so-
easy because it's one floor up from where I am.
Exactly. There you go. So, you only have to go down like 2 elevators and escalators instead of 3.
Yeah. But
There
the
you go.
nice thing is when you go to International Tower, it's hardly ever a bad line to get on the escalator and go down.
It's a very easy line and it's awesome. And
And it's very friendly.
it's very friendly. And the good news is that if you want to kind of like beat the Masquerade crowd, you could go a little earlier, watch the Masquerade because it's going to be on those big screens right around that
Mhm.
bar in the big part of the Hyatt, and then just boink, 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 boink down to.
Boink, boink, boink down to Boinking Beasties.
So is your Saturday night panel that we talked about, the dating game, is that a 10 p.m. panel? That's
Yes.
a 10 p.m. panel as well.
Yes.
Friday? Oh, no, Friday wouldn't be. Okay.
Friday goes from 8 to midnight. Our big thing goes from
That's
8
right.
to
You
midnight.
said that. It was four hours. All right. Okay.
And Thursday we start prejudging for Page to Stage at 6:30, and then we have the
Ooh.
show at 8:30.
There you go. Very cool. This is awesome. So we've talked, and as we just said, IP freely. What are some of your other panels?
That's what happens. It's okay, Lee. It happens as you get older.
She's gonna
Does it,
get
John?
you.
Does it, John? Because that doesn't happen. And for me, I mean, if we need to talk about your issues, the doctor is in because that guy
Oh.
has a PhD. He said.
So there you go.
There
So
you go.
we
So,
have some
yeah.
great panels each day. We have Delphic Oracle, which is a classic,
Mhm.
which is we have our panel, and they get asked questions,
Mhm.
and they must answer them one word at a time as the microphone gets passed down.
Oh,
A lot of
that's
fun.
interesting.
And is that a 10 p.m.
I put David Weber on it this year, and if
That
you know
probably-
anything about David Weber,
Yeah.
he may have an epileptic fit trying to limit himself to one word.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. And is this a 10 p.m. panel?
No, this is
Okay.
4 p.m. on Saturday.
Okay, so it's going to be PG-13. So help.
It
Yeah,
is so
totally.
innuendo heavy that it is so much fun.
That's always great because innuendo heavy, when they're really little, they have no idea. It goes right over their little
Oh,
heads. And that's
Go back and watch The Nanny. As an adult watching The Nanny, I'm like, how did I not realize this?
Paul and Storm's song about semen, Seaman. My son didn't get it for years, and then all of a sudden he did, and I'm like, oh, I didn't. And it was earlier than I expected him to get it as well. But
They do that. So we have a pitching panel. We try to do a few on the craft of writing
yes,
every year.
please.
We have a pitching panel, which is called Pitching 101, Saturday morning. And I have some editors and at least one acquisition editor on there, Steve Saffel. So they're going to talk to our audience about how to go about pitching a book and submitting it.
Cool.
Because that is just a really hard thing to leap past.
Yes.
And so we're doing an hour with the Lady of Bane, Toni Weisskopf.
No.
So, yes.
That'll be nice to hear her talk.
She's fast. I know I'm biased because I do know her, but she's a fascinating woman. So
very cool.
She's been in fandom. Cool. She grew up in fandom. She grew up going to conventions. So.
And that's actually something that I think we're seeing a lot now in authors. I know we're seeing it in the guest stars that come because they'll talk about it. But we're seeing it. I mean, I'm Scalise is an example of somebody who grew up with fandom, with loving what these kind of things and being,
I
proud.
I joke that I'm the result of what happens when you let people like us keep the kid.
Yeah.
I grew up with AD&D in my house. We didn't do conventions because my family doesn't do large crowds typically. Yeah. DragonCon is the one time I don't weird out about being in a large crowd. And I had a friend one time, I took her to a DragonCon and she looked at me about Saturday afternoon and she goes, I figured out what the problem is. And I went, what? And she goes, you don't see people. And I'm like, I'm not walking into anybody in that. I'm seeing them. And she goes, no, you don't see them as a crowd here. Because
them as kind of
every building on every floor of every building I walked in, somebody recognized me and knew me by name without looking at my badge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that was back before I was a director. But I have been going to DragonCon. John and I were talking about this actually. I have been going to DragonCon since the very first parade. I was in the first 3 parades.
Oh, what were you as in the parades?
I think I was as a character from the Tower and the Hive series by Anne McCaffrey.
Very cool. Yes, my son was Harry Potter, and he was adorable. He was. I have pictures.
I hadn't read Harry Potter yet, so but then again, I went before Harry Potter was a big thing.
Well, see, he was not in the first 3, so that's really cool. But that is a big part of it, I think, and it is a huge crowd.
It is a community, is the big thing.
It's a community and a family. And that's why we're so happy to be in person, I think, this year. But,
I kept looking at my family last year and going, I love you guys, and I know you love me. I don't think you always like me. Which somebody was like, that's kind of hard. I'm like, no. They like me, but there's a but after that. I like you, but sometimes you drive me nuts with your wanting to play a board game. I like you, but I don't want to talk to you about your books.
Right.
Because, we were all around each other.
Right. John, doesn't The Rock play D&D? I thought he had talked about that at some point.
I know
I'm not sure.
Diesel does.
I know Vin Diesel does. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
And the guy who played the werewolf on True Blood does.
True Blood, as well as
they're like the world's hottest D&D game group.
He's married to whatever.
I know. Total. Just depress me, John. All the amazingly beautiful D&D players in Hollywood are all married. And Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill paints Warhammer models.
Yeah,
I did not.
And I'm like,
Henry Cavill
battle army. We can talk.
He builds his. I mean, he builds his own
his own computer.
Yeah.
I didn't know this until John said, "Well, he builds his like Was that last
It
year? Or the
was
year before?
viral.
Sometime
The
we were
only time
chatting,
probably building a computer was sexy.
and John
Yeah,
was like, "Yeah, he did it shirtless, and it wasn't shirtless; it was in a tank top, but
Well,
it
he
was still darned awesome."
yeah. I mean,
Well,
he wanted to get Witcher because he played Witcher. That's why he.
I know. We actually have a panel called Every Which Way a Witcher this year.
And I'm going to give a little charity push right here. I like that. But big brothers, big sisters, why don't you
Yeah.
pass their coin to them, not to the Witcher this time?
No, yes.
Give,
We're
give that,
actually
give those
going to
coins
do. We
Yeah.
do a charity color on. Let me look up what the night is. We do have a charity color. I knew was going to talk to you guys, and I've been a little crazy, so
That's fine.
I put it in I pulled up the app before I came. But one of the nights we're doing a charity color draw, and I can't see it. I don't see where
A
it is.
charity
But we have a charity
coloring?
color. So we have an author who has donated crowns and coloring utensils.
Oh,
And so people, we're going to have, and in it, I'm not going to be like $1 a page. I'm like, just something. And
give us something.
and I'm going to have some printouts, some paper for people to free draw and color. So, because why not?
And
and so-
everybody likes to color. Yes, 51 years old, loving to color. Loving to
great.
color.
It actually is very neurologically calming.
Yes, it is.
So
It is.
I can even explain the neurology behind it, strangely enough.
Very cool.
I'm a dork.
Cool on that. Oh, is that Harry Cavill?
Henry Cavill, how to build a Superman gaming PC.
Does he just
See,
throw
that's the
away
part
that
that
little
we
book?
want.
at
John
some
just
point?
took us to the good
Yeah,
part.
we don't give a crap about him showing us what he's doing. There we go.
There we go.
Is this one married? He's a
Yes.
geek.
No, he's
Okay.
dating somebody. She's beautiful.
Well, that's wonderful. Very happy.
I really love to see them happy, but at the same time, I'm like, but, but the reality is I'd never cross paths.
The
with them.
reality is, yes, right.
And if I did, I'd probably die or not know what to say or turn into a babbling idiot.
Well, you can
know,
ask you can ask the Rock if he plays D&D when he comes to Dragon Con this year.
he's not coming to Dragon Con this year, John.
I heard he's coming to Dragon Con this year.
And you know what? We're going to be talking to Rachel, and we're going to be talking to Regina, and I hope they get you for that.
You can't confirm that he's not coming to Dragon Con. You don't know.
You could
I
come as a
confirm-
private
He
citizen.
could come
you're
as a
right.
private citizen.
That's
you don't
exactly
know.
right. I can confirm as of
He
today,
could come as Dwayne
7
Johnson.
He could. I can confirm as of today, 7/28, he is not on the guest list. That's all I can confirm. And you, are
Hey, I
correct.
never said guest list. I just said he was coming to Dragon Con.
We talked about it the other
How
day.
do you know there's not a guy that? How do you know that we're talking about the same guy?
Exactly.
We could have.
Oh,
a
I'm
little
just
more,
talking.
like,
I'm talking about the one who's in Jungle Cruise coming out this weekend. And
Yeah,
which
I
one are
know
you talking about?
I was talking about the same Dwayne. And by
That
the way,
it's probably a
he's coming
terrible
to
movie,
the
but he's
Stormtrooper.
probably still fun to watch.
It'll be a fun. Look, I really did think, what was the one that they first did? Not Haunted Mansion. Tomorrowland. I actually think Tomorrowland.
He's right. It's the Barry White.
John, you gotta
soundtrack.
read
It's
that
pretty
out.
Awesome.
That one you got to read out.
Zan
the back.
points out the best part of the video of Henry Cavill building his own gaming PC was the Barry White soundtrack. So,
Oh, baby. I love these.
but anyway, we digress as usual.
I know somebody who owned a couch that was owned right before him by Barry White.
I was wondering what you're going with that. I know somebody. Who
I own
owns
a guy who's
couch.
owned. Yeah,
I
I've owned
was
a guy.
not going to sit
And
on
what
that couch
happened to
either.
that
By the
couch?
way, I'm
Great
just gonna let you know.
brag, Lee. You own a guy. You know a guy that owns a
weird one.
couch.
It's weird. I wouldn't sit on it. It was then. This was 30 years ago, folks.
Ladies.
So don't, ladies.
Back when
But
couches were first invented.
no, that's when I saw the couch and wouldn't sit on it. All right, so we are all in trouble. All
I
three of us.
am sober.
I'm drinking tea.
Wait, that just took away my plausible deniability.
I haven't had a drink in almost 3 years. I got you. That's right. Sometimes you don't even need to give me caffeine or sugar to be like this.
No,
Like
sometimes
today.
the sleep deprivation will do it. I had a friend
About
one time
Monday
look
or
at me
Dragon
because I
Con.
can't tell if you're drunk at Dragon Con or just sleep deprived. And I went, does it matter? She goes, no. Either way, you're not driving. You're going to
You're
your
not
room.
driving.
The answer can be both.
Okay, now wait, John. I can't find. Okay, John, keep chatting.
What am I going to chat about now? We're out of stuff.
What
Can
is
we-
she doing on Monday?
More,
There you go.
more.
What are we doing on Monday? So
We do
Monday,
not need to talk about Harry Cavill.
Or
Very
how
white.
about Chuck Tingle?
Or no, please God. I can't take that.
I mean, we do have a King Arthur to Conan to Witcher magical mighty men panel.
Lee has gone off camera.
He is gone. Is she going to come back?
Oh, that's never a good sign.
So
I'm here. I'm trying to find my device for what we do after we're done with this. I can't find my device. And I
So
know I
we
brought
do
it.
have a. Speaking
That's
of,
after
for
10
those
o'clock,
who,
Lee.
are not as into fantasy, but they're like edging in, kind of like we're going to get Lee to. We have a science fantasy panel that we're doing.
Ooh, what's that?
We have like Timothy Zahn's on it, Shammy
Oh.
Stovall, because there are some books that kind of flirt with both and have both not just the tropes, but actually fantasy and magic incorporated into their sci-fi universe, like the Mage Tech Chronicles by Chris Fox. Yes, I spent a lot of time reading books. Last year, my goal was to go through 20 new authors in a year. Thanks to the pandemic, I hit that by like March.
Oh, wow.
Well, no, I didn't hit by March because I spent January and February going through all of the Expanse.
Do you own a TV?
I own a TV.
Okay.
Okay, wait.
Because, you know-
I do audiobooks too. So I do like
Oh, okay.
Okay.
it is not during the height of the pandemic, my stress relief was listening to audiobooks while I worked.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
So I was going through an 8-hour audiobook a day.
Okay. That's a lot
Now
of
you
audio.
don't ever listen to chemistry books while you're doing that and accidentally mix in things you're not supposed to mix in.
No, I don't.
I can't
have that.
imagine. What does an audiobook for chemistry sound like?
Very boring. So, however, there is one that's good that I read that was The Disappearing Spoon is really good.
I honestly did not think that there would be anything other than
Textbooks.
Other than textbooks.
But it's really neat because it has stories about different things on the periodic table. It has an entire section about Marie Curie. I'm just stuck.
Marie Curie.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Also, The Drunken Botanist has a great audio book.
So-
If you have read that, or it's very interesting. It's actually really it's a lot about plants and a lot about all the plants that go into.
I listened to the history of bourbon.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So
There you
I mean, so I did all of the Expanse in like 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
That-
yeah.
But I've
Oh
done.
no,
a lot.
wait. Are you talking the show or the
Readings.
book?
The books.
Oh, the
Readings.
books. Yes.
Yeah.
They're good books.
Yes.
Although I kind of got really upset about the white guy keeps screwing things up, and then it still works out in the end part about book 4. But
I really like the short story on Mars where they were really getting the chemistry words right. It really
I
made me
like
happy.
that one, and I also like the one about how the general lost being a general and became a part of the resistance, and that
Yes.
one was really good too.
And I did go through and read all of AC Crispin's Starbridge series again.
Ooh,
So, which is really good, incredibly good series. Absolutely loved it. But you were asking me what we're doing on Monday.
yes.
So we have one on where do readers turn when the world is too much, books, and it's all about comfort books and comfort reads. We have a military fantasy, which is it's more than just marching and sword swinging. So we're going to talk about how to do some of that research, but also what you need to do. We have a mixed group of panelists. So we have some who are civilians and some who are not, about
Okay.
what it is to actually get it right. So as a veteran, I read some of these things and I'm like,
That's not how that works.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I had a friend who I was reading Iron Prince by Bryce O'Connor recently, and every time I got to something, he'd be like, what did I do now?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you don't call an NCO, sir. He's like,
I was watching something recently. Oh, I was watching Aliens, and it's Staff Sergeant is the person, and they keep calling him sir, and I'm like, sergeants work for a living. You don't call them sir.
yeah,
I
I
know
know. And
that.
then there's one point where he's like, the sergeant major was looking at going warrant officer. Why would a sergeant major do that? He's the top of the food chain for enlisted. Why would he go down to the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
And he's like, I don't even understand what you're talking about.
Well, then you need to talk to people.
I'm
So
like,
you
you're letting
can.
your civilian show. Let me explain this to you.
Yeah, me.
And so, but I mean, one of my absolute favorites, and it's actually a sci-fi book, is Strong Arm Tactics by Jodi Lynn Nye, and it is hilarious. And she has that military sense of humor and timing down perfectly in it.
Oh, she does. Okay, so you're saying it's hilarious from a good
From a
standpoint.
good way.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
She is a master of the craft.
It's not like
And-
reading a Chuck Tingle going, he knows absolutely nothing about the military or
No.
Well, anything.
It is well done. The humor is on point. There's a scene where I'm sure Chuck Tingle would love to borrow it because it was very funny.
and probably
Did it have a butt involved?
It had a
don't-
pressure suit involved.
Mm.
No. Yeah, no.
You know, it's only a matter of time.
A negative air suit or an actual like space pressure suit?
Space pressure suit. You know, it's only a matter of time.
Yes. Not now.
If it hasn't already happened and nobody's telling us.
Well, I'm
In
sure
which
it's in
case, please
fanfic.
don't tell us. I don't need to know.
Rule 34. We already know it's in fanfic, but we don't send us links to that one. Please don't. I can find
You can
Other
email
links.
Lee at
50 days.
no.
Gotcha. Oh yeah. All right. So John, this is awesome.
Yes.
I love that. There are a lot of comfort books, and I know it sounds crazy. That's why I'm rereading The Stand. It's one of my comfort books.
Oh,
But
Stan
it
is a
is,
comfort
and-
book.
For me.
There's been neuros and psych studies showing that it is because it's the comfort of you know what's going to happen.
Mhm.
Oh, gotcha.
You don't feel like you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. So it lets down and you get different neurotransmitters released because of the relax.
And I also think, for me, from a public health perspective, it really does show how people won't.
Oh, from a public health perspective, go read The
It's-
Black Tide Rising.
Oh, okay. I don't know that one, but I will.
It's by John Ringo, who isn't coming this year for health reasons.
Yep.
But
Black
it's by
Tide
John
Rising.
Ringo. He involved a neurologist. He's got the epidemiology of the disease spread. It's disturbingly, after 2020, in some ways, very accurate to how people react to things.
Well, and it's very that's why I kind of like rereading The Stand, because I can go, yeah, that's kind of unfortunately what would happen in some of these. All
Yeah.
right, so tell everybody how they can find you really quick, and then
Fantasy literature at
Uh-huh.
Dragon Con is our Facebook group.
There you go.
We have that's our page. We have an online group, very creatively named, attached to it, Fantasy Literature Online Track Room.
There you go.
We
You also
the
have fantasy literature at
at
Dragon
Dragon
Con
Con
YouTube. Because
YouTube.
we just talked about that one.
Yes. So that's where you can find pretty much all of our Dragon Con stuff. We do have a Twitter, but I never use it because I get so overwhelmed with everything else going on. So
Yeah.
that's
And
where
it's
you
Twitter.
can find what?
I said,
And
it's Twitter.
It's Twitter.
And it's Twitter. I
Yeah.
pretty much I'll put like updates of audiobooks that I'm reading or stuff, just if I remember to do it.
Mhm.
Then that's where you can find everything that I'm doing. Also, if you have any questions, you can always Suska Small. That's my Facebook profile. That you're welcome. That it's a public profile. You're welcome to message me or anything on that. If I can't handle it at that point, I'm probably not on it, or I'll tell you I can't handle it at
Yeah.
that point. And
That's
then
a
I have
problem
my
for
own
me right now
podcast
with-
where we do everything geeky.
Yes, your own
Yeah.
podcast. Give us that.
Blasters and Blades.
There you go.
Blasters
Yeah.
and blades.
Yes, we're on both YouTube as well as we go through Anchor. And so we can be found at pretty much any place where you find podcasts.
Cool.
So,
All right, so Seska, we,
Hmm.
as you know, we like to play a game with our guests at the end of our show.
I
This
think
year,
we've been playing games.
Yes.
this year
been
we've this year we've been using the Jackbox series to sort of add that extra interactive layer.
Okay.
So I put over in the chat the site to go to if you want to open a separate tab for that. That's probably the easiest thing to do. In
That's
the
why I
private
had to
chat.
find my little.
Oh, I
device,
almost
and
clicked on
do
the
it on my
Tingle
device.
link.
Don't do that! Oh no. For all your Chuck Tingle needs, see.
See,
Email
John
Lee.
Buttel.
Deserve.
Email
Yeah, it's
John
it's
Buttel.
jackbox.tv and then the room code there. And as soon as Seska's in, we'll open it up for our audience if they want to
Yep.
play along with us.
I had John Hartness, who's our MC for the thing,
Oh,
for our Page to Stage costume contest.
very cool.
And Tamsin Silver, who moderates our Boy and King Beasties panel, were having a ton of fun this past year because John would share things like Chuck Tingle, the hero we need now, the author we deserve. Okay, I'm in there.
There we go. And
The hero we deserve. All right.
the stream.
I'm in.
Okay.
And I have a little
All
L.
right. We'll give everyone a couple of minutes that want to join. Anybody that wants to join there. The room code is UMIT.
It sounds like Dragon Con TV bumper music.
It does.
It probably is. Steve has joined us.
Hi, Steve. Is that
Today
our
we're gonna
friend
be
Steve
playing-
from Canada?
Yes, he's from Canada. We're playing Dictionarium, so they
Actually,
speak.
I knew we had a Michael Chatfield who was in the Canadian Army said when he was in, they used to read it at Chuck Tingle on deployment
No.
to each other.
How
night.
long has he? When
I don't know.
I didn't know
So-
Chuck had been around that long.
Well,
Oh.
Chatfield
I had never heard of
not
him until
that
today.
old. A lot of these indie authors are much younger than some of our more seasoned authors.
All right, we'll give it a couple more minutes. So, yeah,
Okay. we're almost
I was
done.
going to mention that Steve is in a foreign country, so we're playing Dictionarium. I'm not sure he'll understand the language. I kid Steve. He's in Canada.
They're
And-
all so
and-
nice
and
in there. I feel guilty trash talking a Canadian.
I
They're
know.
awesome. Canada is a wonderful, wonderful country. And the wonderful Prime Minister has opened for vaccinated people to come to the U.S. and go back and forth as long as you're fully vaccinated. As of
Which will-
August, I think it's August 8th.
Which will
I know,
allow
which is
our,
good because
our
we have several
buddies.
Canadian guests we're trying to get to come
Yes.
down.
Yes.
Michael Chatfield, Tao Wong, just to name two that I can remember off the top of my head.
All right, I'm going to give it 10 more seconds. 9, 8, 7,
7, 20,
6. Wait, what?
69, 14, 42.
She'll do this to you, which is the answer to everything.
And go.
I'm sorry. I really want to see what Chuck Tingle would do with the flying dictionary.
Hi there. Welcome to the Dictionarium, where we wheel and deal in wonderful words. And I really think you'll like it. What an intelligent crew. In the Dictionarium, you will collectively create a dictionary entry for a fictitious word. May the funniest answers win. If you're just watching right now, join the audience. Enter the room code and play along. Let's begin. First things first, I'm sending a phrase to your device. Now you're going to write a definition for the slang on your device.
Okay, and this is the part where I say, those listening at home, we'll see you in just 2 seconds. The rest of you deal with the 90-second time countdown.
Okay.
I'll bring the volume down so people can write.
I believe that you can do this. Of course, I believe in a lot of wacky things, like a dog who can do Irish dancing.
Took me a second to realize that my device was the other window.
Ta-da! The good news is I
I'm
only
not sure I
got one.
answered it right, but that's okay.
You got it close enough.
There's no.
Tick-tock. The clock's going to run out, so submit now.
It's funny it doesn't have the we'll give you one on this one.
Let's see what we have.
Okay, the slang is national purring. The options are I've missed them.
Pride felt by Canadian kittens was number 4. So
And
National-
now it's time to vote.
National
Choose the
anthem for
definition
cats.
that makes the most sense to you.
The
or
day in
that
which
makes the
cats.
most joy to your
I think
world.
someone ran out of time. The excuse you give when you can't get
And
up
remember,
because the cat
you
is
can
sitting on your
award
lap.
Bonus points to the ones that stole your heart.
So, national anthem for cats, national purring. The day in which cats I think someone ran out. National pride felt by Canadian kittens, and the excuse you give when you can't get up because a cat is sitting on your lap. I got my answer. I got my favorite in.
I did too.
And the winning definition is
Pride,
Felt by Canadian kittens. Written by me.
now let's do the same thing for the other slang.
That's what I got.
Burning morals.
I only saw one of them. Oh.
Right, you only see one of them. The slang is burning morals. And
Another set of words, another chance to vote.
the possible
Vote now.
answers are
Pick
when
the
you feel
definition
warm
you
about
think
doing
should be
something
recorded
wrong.
in the official dictionarium.
Tinglish or tinglish, and the feeling you get after any 10 p.m. DragonCon PM. Sorry, burning morals is the slang. The possible definitions are the feeling you get after any 10 p.m. DragonCon panel, tinglish, or when you feel warm about doing something wrong. And the winner is the feeling you
And
get
now
after
I
any 10
present the
p.m.
winning
DragonCon
definition.
panel.
Yes!
Burning morals.
Thank you, Siska. Siska, that was because of this thing.
Okay, currently winning is Lee.
Woohoo!
Round two.
New slang. Now come up with a new phrase that matches the definition on your device. This round is speedy, so your hand and your brain must also be speedy.
Okay, so we got to come up with a synonym for one of those two things that won earlier. Synonym. Now I got to check my spelling. So we're looking for a synonym for either pride
Quick,
felt by Canadian
submit!
kittens
Time is almost up.
or the feeling
New
you get
phrase. It can be a
Yeah.
new phrase.
After, yeah, it's a new phrase. Oh,
Doesn't have to be a synonym.
Let's check out these synonyms. Choose the slang phrase that best fits the definition.
for the feeling you get after any DragonCon panel, is it tingling ha? After dark? How weird can this possibly get? Or Chuck tingling?
Hand
Chuck
cart,
Tingling.
hands up. About to see Hades and Persephone.
A synonym
just
or
got it.
phrase.
Sometimes I'm amazed they let me out.
I know.
Tingling Ha, after dark. How weird could this possibly get? Or Chuck tingling, a synonym for burning morals. The feeling you get after any 10
Someone
p.m.
still has not.
Chick tingling might result in
Doesn't
other
win.
things burning too.
And the winner is.
Tingling Ha.
There you go.
You know what to do. Vote again.
Okay. Synonyms for national purring are perfection, beaver-tastic, maple carnivore fierce loyalty. This one's a little tough. I like them all.
It's not tough.
I do like them all. I do like them all. I gotta say, I do like them all. Perfection A. Perfection A.
The synonym for national purring is perfection.
A.
Or
Come on,
beaver-tastic,
hold on,
or maple carnivore fierce loyalty.
There was a tie, so I just picked my favorite.
And the tie
Maple
would
carnivore fierce loyalty wins.
Be, oh,
There's a tie between that and beaver-tastic. All right, where we're at, the scores now is Lee is still in the lead, and Miranda just blew us a raspberry.
Time to use this slang in a sentence.
and this is the last one.
Write the
Last one,
sentence
yep.
containing the new slang phrase.
All right.
If you can't remember what the sentence is, it is a string of words connected by spaces, like beads on a string or cars in a train. Or, actually, none of those are connected by spaces. I don't know. Just write the sentence, jeez Louise.
Siska, sorry. Where is your panel again?
So my track is
Main track.
located in the Hyatt. Come into the Hyatt lobby, and instead of going to the elevators, turn right, go down past the gift store. You're in the International Tower, and just go down 2 levels. So if you've been to wrestling in the past, it's below where wrestling normally is on Thursday.
I've never been to wrestling, and I keep meaning to go.
I've never been to wrestling, but they make a lot of
end
noise.
is
They
near.
seem to have a lot of fun.
Submit!
Spell check is the worst
Let's
part.
survey these sentences.
So for maple carnivore fierce loyalty, a pride felt by Canadian kittens. We'll wait for these to come. These sentences to come out.
You
He had a
vote. Now you vote.
he had a feeling of maple carnivore fierce loyalty when he drank the gallon of, I assume that means syrup, something like that. When he drank the gallon of. The maple carnivore fierce loyalty inspired me to be a better cat. I wanted to make sure my new kitten had maple carnivore fierce loyalty, so we visited Edmonton. Canadian tree syrup contains maple fierce loyalty.
I don't want it to contain kittens. I don't want my syrup to have kittens.
Why don't you want your syrup to have kittens? My understanding is all Canadian syrup has kittens in it.
The votes are in, and the winning sentence is.
The maple carnivore fierce loyalty inspired me to be a better cat. I think that's what it said. Okay, so for Tingling Ha, the feeling you get after a 10 p.m. Dragon Con panel is possible sentences are
And now we vote.
the fantasy Lit Track is so tingling ha. You should get your tingling ha looked at by a doctor. Or, gotta get to the Hyatt. Siska's running a tingling ha. Seska. It's Seska. I keep mispronouncing it.
That's fine. It's Spanish, but I don't look as Spanish as I am because I look like my dad. I'm third generation. Everybody mispronounces my name at this point.
You spoke, we listened. The winning sentence is
You should get your tingling ha looked at by a doctor.
voila! Your hard work paid off. Thank you for your contribution.
Got a new entry, Tingling Ha, the feeling you get after the 10 p.m. DragonCon panel, derived from
Perfect
burning
is
morals.
This entry in the dictionarium. You
You sh-
made history, big dogs.
You should get your tingling
now
ha
Lucy,
looked
We
at by
should
a
take a
doctor.
screenshot of that and send it to the Dragon Con overlords.
And we won,
Woohoo!
barely beating out Steve from Canada.
Barely beating out
I
Steve. I'm
can't
sorry,
wait
Steve.
for your return.
Canadian-themed
I
event.
just found
That
a
made it
new
harder
word
for her.
scrawled across my mirror.
So, John, you've won 2 and I've won 2. Keeping up with this, by the way.
Yeah. So the final order was Lee, Steve, John. I want to say Mika,
Yeah.
Eternals, Anne, Miranda, and Seska.
Oh,
happens.
Seska.
That's okay because I had a shit ton of fun, guys.
There you go. We had fun.
So,
That
you
was
know.
hilarious. And now I really do want to go and make sure that if you're still having that tingling hop feeling, just remember if it's still going on by Wednesday after DragonCon, you need to go to your doctor to get that checked.
Yes.
Because you probably went to one of those 10 p.m. Seska panels and who
Hi,
knows
my
what you
panels,
got.
everybody is clean. I have like 12 things of Clorox wipes, and we're not going to talk about how many hand sanitizer I have.
Oh, I care. Yeah.
I'm a chemist. I know
Aw.
how to make it myself. And I did.
Oh, I would rather have yours probably than anybody else's, honestly.
So I even made it out of food grade ingredients at one point because it was the only chemicals they shipped to my house. When you're a chemist and you're ordering chemicals to be sent to your house, people start thinking or talk about working from home. They're like no, images of Breaking Bad come to mind.
Yes,
No.
right. Just well, you don't
Yeah.
have the right glasses, and you don't wear
Well,
glasses, so
So
therefore,
the company I work for, we were working the entire time because of what we
that's right.
make. So
You told
and yes, we made over 20,000 gallons of sanitizer.
Very cool. Awesome.
So.
Oh, U.S. border
Oh,
is
no.
not opening until at least August 21st. By the way, they are in limbo in Canada, and
Well,
I don't
we're
like
hoping-
that
we're
answer.
hoping-
Steve, we're
Steve-
going to keep our fingers crossed. You should come
Yes.
totally hang out with me at my Tingling Ha panels.
Yes, Steve, I think you might want to go to those because I think they would be hysterical. And X-Track doesn't do any 10 p.m. panels because people were like wanting to go to those kind of 10 p.m. panels, and we don't do that.
I mean, why,
You know,
why,
Lee
why
doesn't-
wouldn't you want to
Lee-
go to
Lee's-
those panels?
Lee-
We do have free books. We have
Lee-
some authors who've given us books to give out this year.
Will do. So he's going to come and see your 10 p.m. tingling eyes.
Lee's too busy. Yeah, Lee's too busy doing dramatic
Doesn't
readings
have
of
any 10 o'clock
Chuck Tingle
panels.
books.
You can come hang
at
out
10
with
p.m.
us. Come on, Lee.
I sleep. I know. I am not reading Chuck Tingle books, Jonathan.
So until next time.
Wait. I have a question though.
Yes.
How
Okay.
many times do you leave your hotel during the con? Because I stay in the Hyatt and my rooms, my tracks in the Hyatt. So I have to work at it to leave
Well-
the hotel. I think I leave maybe once a day.
Okay, well, it depends because if I have large panels and I'm in the Sheraton, depending
Uh-huh.
on the size, I'm going to leave the hotel for that. I usually do go to at least the Hilton and the Marriott a couple of times.
You don't
In
have a ballroom in
2019,
the
I would have done
Sheraton?
that. We do, but it's a smaller ballroom, and so we
So it
do.
depends upon the guest.
It depends
Yeah.
upon the guest. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've been in
That's
the Grand at the Hyatt, the biggest ones at the Hyatt and the Marriott, and we've been in the Sheraton. It just depends on the guest.
Yeah, no,
and we love
totally.
it. We have a wonderful time no matter what because people show up and we love our people. We love
Yes.
people. Love our guests and our pros and our panelists. Everybody, yeah.
I mean, really, what is Dragon Con without the fans?
Not much.
Other than quiet.
very, very quiet.
SDCC.
Yeah.
So until next time, for Seska, Lee, and our friends who played our game with us today, this is John saying peace.
And bye.
Bye-bye.
This was a production of The Unique Geek. Call our comment line at 8133210TUG. That's 81332108884. Email us at thegeeks@theuniquegeek.com or 50days@theuniquegeek.com. Follow The Unique Geek on Facebook and Twitter. This podcast is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike license.
Bonus goodbye.